right, go ahead.
All right. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the November 3rd Urban Renewal Commission meeting. Mr. Wiley, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Rocky Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Frank O'Donnell.
Here.
Commissioner Sean Cross.
Here.
Commissioner Rachel Lyle Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Adam Marl.
Here.
Commissioner Doug Neely.
Here.
And Chair Denise McGriff.
Present. All right. Do we have any citizen comments this evening?
Yes, we do.
All right. And do we have a slip, or they're just going to come up?
And have them just come up.
Sure. Whoever it is, come on up.
Marilyn?
Just state your name for the record and the city that you live in, which of course is probably this wonderful city, right? State your name for the record and the wonderful city that you live in. I presume it's this city.
I am Marilyn Fergus. I have lived in this city for 51 years. I live just down the street on Warner Parrott Road.
The Zoom folks can't hear her.
Is the mic on? Do you see green? But
It is green.
okay, it's
Do I
green.
need to get closer?
Close. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Is that, okay, did you hear that?
Yep.
And I do live in a wonderful city. I'm here tonight because,
I'm sorry. Oh, time out. Folks online, can you hear? Can you just state your name again, ma'am?
Marilyn Fergus.
I got
Okay.
one thumbs up.
Yeah.
I don't
Frank,
know.
can you hear that?
Rocky. Oh,
Unmute Frank.
Can't hear Frank.
It's a little bit fragmented, but I'll lean in.
Okay.
okay. I'm just here to plant a seed tonight. Due to the election results last night, if I have a household budget, and this does apply to the urban renewal, if I have a household budget and I don't have enough money in one fund, I have to shift the money around in my household budget. And I feel that right now the city is in desperate need of shifting some funds around. And so I just would like to plant the seed that maybe it's time to redraw the lines of the urban renewal that we have downtown. I think it was, if I'm not correct, it was started in 2007. And I feel that compared to what we used to have downtown, the city is in a much better place than it is now. But I also feel that maybe it's time to shift the boundary line so that maybe north of 10th Street as it comes down Singer Hill, that still be in an urban renewal area, but that the area south of that, and especially when you look at the map of the urban renewal district, with the library included in that, now that we have a new library, it doesn't seem like it needs to be there. The lines need to be like they were. So I just would like to plant the seed that maybe, because we, the voters, voted that you would do away with that urban renewal district a few years ago, that maybe you would redraw those lines and close down the one urban renewal district and start a new one that has more lines that are more appropriate for today. And that's all my comment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else, Jacob?
That's all that we know about, and if there's somebody else, no, that's it.
I don't see anybody online, so we'll move on to the next item. So on our agenda for tonight, for the discussion item, is the revised purchase and sale agreement for the property located at 922 Main Street. And I'll turn this over to Mr. Graham and Mr. Conkle.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, and also members of the Urban Renewal Commission. I'm James Graham, Economic Development Manager with Oregon City. As a result of various changes to the existing PSA and different and changes in terms of terms and conditions, at the last meeting, the Urban Renewal Commissioners decided that it wanted to see a clean, new purchase servicing agreement where all those contingencies and terms would be in one place. And tonight, that's what we're presenting to you, a clean PSA with all the terms and conditions in one place. The terms are as follows. The selling price of the property is $110,000. The total balance of earnest funds would be $15,000, with recognizing that $5,000 had already been initially been paid to the escrow account. The developer will construct a building that will have a bar, a brewery, and will have a bar or brewery on the first floor, a restaurant on the second floor, and restaurant associated seating on the third floor or roof of the building. Prior to the closing date, as a condition of closing, the developer will present a fully executed lease agreement from a tenant willing to lease the property in the floor configurations depicted in the PSA. And then finally, the Urban Renewal Commission, if it so desired, would have the right of first refusal or first offer within 3 years of the closing date to repurchase the property, if it so desired. And so therefore, staff recommendation is to approve the new PSA tonight.
Are there any questions of Mr. Graham?
I have one.
Please, go right ahead.
Mr. Graham, so what happens if, I know that we asked for this very detailed language, so hypothetically, what happens if the purchaser doesn't get the lease for a bar, brewery, restaurant, top floor with the, I assume they feel pretty confident. Will they just return to us? Is that the plan, that they will return to us if that plan or trajectory kind of falls through?
Well, there will be a while before closing, so they will present a lease, an executed lease prior to closing or the day of closing. So you don't have they've abridged the agreement if they don't present a building depicted as you required. And it will go through the planning process, of course.
Sure. Okay. I guess I'm just wondering if there's contingencies, like, I know they feel pretty confident about that now. The idea for this property has changed like 3 times, and I understand all the reasons why, and I get that. And so I'm just wondering, like, is there a contingency? What would happen if for some reason it just looks like that's not ever going to come to fruition, and maybe we need to move to a different design or idea for that building?
Well, you do have the contingency. Even if something happens, say that the project went bankrupt very early on, right after closing, you have the contingency to purchase it back, if you so desire.
Okay.
So I guess, so there is no deal if a lease is not presented. And so if they came back to staff and said, we can't get a lease, they may say, we'd like to renegotiate this. So then, yes, that would have to come back to this urban renewal. The staff couldn't approve some alternative design or use. It needs to be consistent with the agreement that we're entering into tonight. And so if there was significant changes, yes, it would have to come back to the commission for their consideration. Is that kind of where you were getting at?
Yeah. I just want to make sure we're all clear, because this one is super specific.
Right.
And I know that's what they presented, and so we liked the idea, and therefore we wanted it to have a little bit more teeth on it, because there was concerns about, developing something that was different than what was proposed. So I understand why we're in where we're at. I just wanted to
So I don't think
we were clear on the process of what would happen.
Yeah, so there's really no contingency if the minimums of the agreement aren't met.
Right. Okay.
Mr. Kvaisman, you had your hand up. Please chime in.
You're muted.
Manager
And
Kunkel,
Bill, we can't hear
Can't hear you at all.
Is this any better?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I think it's something on your microphone.
Is this, can you hear this?
No.
That's unfortunate.
You're barely audible.
I don't know if my microphone is this any better? Can you hear this?
No.
Oh, boy. Let me try an alternative. I'll check back in, but essentially, Manager Kunkel explained what I was hoping.
You can read lips, we got it, but not everybody can read lips.
Might have to call in.
Yeah, while we're waiting for Bill to get to a better system, are there any other questions for staff? Okay, we'll give him another moment. Mr. Mattson, did you want to say anything, or everything's hunky-dory, you've reviewed it.
Hold on.
Could you come up to the microphone, please?
You know, that's what they always, I was just assuming you just nod, you know.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
So Kerry Hughes with Willamette Stone. And so, yeah, I think, the PSA, we agree with, getting a new PSA put together that's cleaner than, doing an additional amendment. To answer your question, Mayor Smith, is, yeah, I think if there was any change to our program, which we don't envision, and we, have to come back with a, secondary option, the tenant we're talking to has been patient and waiting. They've been looking at other options, but our understanding is they're still around for us. And we do have a secondary option that's very, very similar to the first option in case this first one didn't work out.
Okay, Bill is trying to connect.
Is this any better?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay. I've moved on to my phone, so, but Manager Kunkel said what I had intended to say, so I don't really have anything to add.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. All right, so commissioners, what is your pleasure?
I'll move to approve the new purchase and sale agreement in the form that was presented to us.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Neely, moved by Commissioner Weil-Smith. Mr. Wiley, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Rocky Smith,
No.
Commissioner Frank O'Donnell,
Aye.
Commissioner Sean Cross,
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel Lyle-Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Marl,
Aye.
Commissioner Doug Neely,
Aye.
and Chair Denise McGriff.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, gentlemen, go forth and do
Thank you.
wonderful things.
Get to work. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your patience and everything in getting this through. So third time's the charm, right?
Like
Thank you.
It's like the 10th time.
10th time is the charm. No, it's not the 10th time, but with them, so yes. All right, Mr. Graham or Mr. Conkle, do we have anything else on our agenda that we need to discuss?
Nothing else on the agenda for tonight. We do have the Urban Renewal Commission retreat, which will be on Tuesday,
let's talk
November
about that.
16th, beginning at 6 o'clock here at the Chambers.
Has everybody committed to attend that? We'll have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
full house. Fantastic. I am looking forward to us moving this forward, and Mr. Graham will probably have lots of things for people to read and review, the vision statement, the revised vision statement. So that would be fantastic. Any other business to bring before the Urban Renewal Commission this evening? Okay, well, I think we have just set a major world's record. 6:14 p.m. I will adjourn the meeting till the regular City Commission meeting at 7 p.m.